Hello. All right, so I didn't think I was going to do this tonight, but I have to. I have to. This is what was happening right now is everything that people never thought America would become. We're seeing it happen right before our very eyes. We're seeing them tear down this nation. We're seeing them just do unlawful things. And without going into complete detail, there's things in the U.S. Constitution that explains what the people should do during times like this. There's stuff in there. And what's really amazing, if I were to say verbatim what the U.S. Constitution says, they will come after me. Seriously, they're literally looking at people right now that support the U.S. Constitution, and they're labeling those people bad people. Do you understand what I'm telling you? It is happening, people. This is not a made-up story. This is not something that's possibly coming in the future. This is something that they're doing right now. The raid on President Trump's home was the key, was like the last straw for them. It was the end game. It was the start of them trying to prosecute people and lock them up. People, it is happening. It's not something about talking about this tyrannical government, these tyrants that are in the government wanting to do something. They are doing it. I don't think people understand how interesting this is. I don't think people can understand how bad this is. I don't think people really grasp exactly what's happening here. I told y'all when I first heard this, I said, you know what's going to happen? People that hated Trump, people that dislike Trump, they're going to say, I said this before, they're going to say, this is not right. This is going to open up more people's eyes how much they hate President Trump when the man's not even in office. He can't do anything. But they're still going after him because it's like they fear him so much. I told everybody this, and I have proof. Do y'all remember Megyn Kelly? You remember during the 2016, she hated Trump. She, to my understanding, from what I remember, after President Trump won in 2016, she was at Fox News at the time, and she was throwing stuff. She was upset. They said she was crying. Because she hated Trump. She despised Trump. Do y'all remember that? And and the reason why I'm bringing it up, because look, I have this with her. I told y'all, people that dislike Trump, that could not stand Trump, after they did this, after this happened, I told y'all, people were going to say, you know what? They're going to start supporting Trump. I'm telling you, Trump is going to gain more support than ever before, because look what they're doing to the man. Look what they're doing to him. This is exactly what I was talking about.
There is no way that's what they were searching for. There's no way. I watched all the coverage last night. I've read everything. And I read Andy McCarthy this morning, who, as it turns out, agrees with me. I agree with him. He's a former top prosecutor, former assistant U.S. attorney. And he says the same thing. This is about January 6th. If you believe this is about classified documents having to do with bullshit Trump took with him when he left office, your head is in the sky.
And I apologize for the language. But they're upset because they can't find anything on Trump. They're trying to get everything on him. I mean, they can't help it. But listen to what she's saying here, because y'all remember she didn't like Trump. I remember distinctively how much she despised Trump, because Trump was talking about women, right? She wanted Hillary Clinton. She did. But listen to what she's saying now about President Trump.
This is about January 6th and the never-ending desire to get Donald Trump on something. They don't want him to run for election again. They're mad he did not get convicted on the first or the second impeachment. They're mad that he did not get pursued criminally by the New York DA. They are mad that Russiagate fell apart, and they are mad that he's leading in the polls. He's crushing DeSantis. His candidates of choice all made it into office, virtually all of them last week, and they are prepared to unleash hell.
You know what? It's not even about President Trump crushing Ron DeSantis, because they're not even against each other. I'm going to tell y'all right now, Ron DeSantis and President Trump, they're not even against each other. They're on the same team. I mean, if they were to go on a stage on debate, they'll probably be the only debate in American history where they're complimenting one another on the debate stage. I'm telling you, because they are on the same team. And you know what? The Democrats know that President Trump should come back in 2024. They know this. They see it happening because the American people want him and they can't stand it.
They are prepared to unleash hell. The Democrats play dirty. And Merrick Garland is very clearly willing to go along with that. He's been moving in the concentric circles toward Donald Trump over the past several weeks, going after his top advisors, subpoenaing them. You know, we've seen close Trump advisors in handcuffs, dragged away as if they're mobsters. This is really getting alarming. And the American public deserves answers.
You think it's getting alarming? It is getting alarming. I'm telling y'all, it is happening right now. I was talking to my producer earlier and she was reading me a report, and I forget exactly who the person was. Maybe she'll send me a text message on it. But the FBI tracked down this person from what I remember she was telling me. If she's watching, please send me the name of the person you were talking about. And I don't know why I can't remember it. But anyways, the FBI tracked this person down, had close ties to President Trump, didn't even go to the lawyer or anything. The FBI went directly to this person and confiscated his cell phone. Give it to us. Give it to us. They're going for it, people. This is actually happening. They're going after Americans that love this country. This is actually happening. And you know what? The Democrats, all of these Democrats, are all saying arrest all of them. Arrest anyone who questioned anything that went against the Democrat Party. They're literally talking about arresting all of them. It was a Republican Pennsylvania Senator Scott Perry. Scott Perry. That's who I'm talking about, Scott Perry. And the Democrats are talking about arresting all of them. Anybody who questioned anything that was connected with President Trump. And they're doing this to try to set an example. I'm telling y'all, people, the U.S. Constitution calls for times such as this. And I can't go into detail because they will stop me from saying anything. All I'm telling y'all, if y'all have, and they're right now, and I've constantly told people that they hate the U.S. Constitution, the Democrats, the left, these communist, socialist Democrats. They all hate the U.S. Constitution. What they're about to do, it's not what they're about to do. What they are doing is going after anybody who wants to adhere to the U.S. Constitution. Why do you think that they're saying that the Supreme Court, they're even talking about they should be impeached? It wouldn't even surprise me if they start coming around talking about the members of the Supreme Court should be prosecuted and jailed as well. This is what you call a tyrannical government taking over. This is exactly it. This is textbook, 100%. And then Nancy Pelosi, okay, all of this is tied in together. Nancy Pelosi, remember when she went on a trip, apparently she took not only her husband, but she took her son with her. And they don't look at Hunter Biden. They have the FBI going to President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, but they won't even look, the FBI won't even look into Hunter Biden's crack smoking. There's videos of him smoking crack. There's pictures of smoking crack, him with prostitutes, and the FBI doesn't even pay attention to it. Knowing good and well he was doing all of this and making these deals when Biden was VP under Obama. All of this was happening during that time. All of it. And they want to act like there's nothing there. Nancy Pelosi was asked the same question about her son going there, if her son had any business dealing, and she's like blowing it off. No.
There are some reports that your son was on this trip with you.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. His role was to be my escort. Usually we invited spouses. Not all could come, but I had him come, and I was very proud that he was there, and I'm thrilled, and it was nice for me.
Did he have any business dealings?
No, he did not. Of course he did not.
if y'all can hear the reporter, did he have any business dealings? And she go, of course not. Of course, no, he didn't. And she knows exactly what it is. See, the FBI knows that Hunter Biden had dealings, but the FBI doesn't look at them. The FBI ignores Hunter Biden. The FBI is ignoring the Democrats of all the corruption that they've done. Why are they ignoring it? Right? The FBI, they are the strong arm of the Democrat Party. They're locking up everybody and anybody on fraudulent stuff. This is unbelievable. This is unreal. This is actually happening right before our very eyes. It's disgusting. It's repulsive to no end. And it's like, what can we do about it? See, we're getting ready to come up onto the midterm elections. You know what? They got to end any possibility of the Republicans doing the right thing, the fair thing. They got to end that possibility, right? What am I talking about? You're smart enough, you're intelligent enough to know exactly what I'm talking about. They're doing this right now. They're going to make, I'm telling you people, this is the collapse of the United States of America, and it all starts. That domino, the domino that the Democrats wanted to knock over was the domino of President Trump. They're looking at every single way, every single chance that they can get on President Trump, and they don't have nothing. President Trump, every single time they came to President Trump and asked him about information, he cooperated every single time. And they try to act like he's hiding something. He hasn't been hiding anything. The only thing that they're hiding here is what the Democrats have been doing. Listen to this one.
The details, Kennedy, get worse and worse. The agents were apparently there from 9 a.m. to 6:30. 9 a.m. to 6:30.
9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. This is, I mean, so what are they looking for? And you know what? Let me take it back just a little bit, because they wanted them to turn off the cameras. Come on now. Oh, I told everybody, I said, you know what? I'm expecting them to plant something. They requested that they turn off the cameras when they were in Mar-a-Lago. They asked them to turn off the cameras, and they didn't turn them off. Good thing that they didn't, but that doesn't mean they still didn't try to plant something. These people are completely corrupt, 100%.
9 a.m. to 6:30. That is 9.5 hours as they're scouring through Melania's closet, breaking open safes. Apparently, the attorneys were not allowed in. They were told to turn off security cameras, which they did not do. Good move. You
hear that? They did not do. And it was a very good move.
There's a Ryder truck on the scene. Apparently, the DOJ lawyers, according to Trump representatives, were very rude, and they kept saying over and over again, we have full access to everything. We can go anywhere. It feels like the full power of the federal government raining down on a political enemy.
This is exactly what it is. They have weaponized the FBI against a forming sitting president and the American people. No one is safe in this country because we have these evil dictators, these evil tyrannical members in the Congress using the FBI to attack the American people. That's what's happening here. That's what's going down here. This is what's happening. I said it's happening, right? This is what's happening. And on top of that, because we're seeing this demonic evilness of the Democrat left. The Democrat left, they openly support Satan. They openly do everything that is of Satan. They openly do it. And then they call it love. They call it compassion. These people are 100% demonic. This is the United States of America, and they are tearing it down. They're tearing it down right before our eyes. This is happening. I'm sitting there looking at the stuff, and I'm like, that's why I came on so late tonight, because I'm like, man, I'm almost like wanting to just step away from it, but I can't. This is not only, this is disgusting. It's repulsive. You know what? Imagine had President Trump did this when he was in office. Oh my goodness. They would be going, the streets. See, and this is another thing. If this was President Trump's administration, if President Trump was in office and they started going around and arresting former presidents, former officials, former elected senators and congressmen, don't you know that Antifa and BLM would have been all out in the street? Stuff would have been on fire day one of that raid. I'm telling you right now, day one of that raid, if they would have raided Hillary Clinton's home, or Eric Holder, right? Remember Fast and Furious? If they would have raided Obama's phone, if they would have raided Obama's home, and President Trump was in office, of course, we would see Antifa and BLM and the socialist left and the communist Democrats. All of them would have been on the streets, and I guarantee things would have been on fire right now. And see, that's the difference between those that love America, love the way America is, want America to be great. See, those type of people, you and I, we don't go out and burn up stuff. We don't go out and tear up stuff. We don't go out and start attacking people and killing people because they have different political views. But the left, that's what they do. They constantly do it. Nothing about them represents love. Nothing. They are demonic. They are evil. They give in and they support everything of their father, Satan. Let me show you this. Now, I had reservations about showing this one because this one's from Newsmax. And last time I did something from Newsmax gave me a copyright strike. Newsmax did, right? But I have to play this one. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm going to take a chance here, but I think it's really important because this is exactly what the left is doing. Now, this is an awesome video, so kudos to Newsmax for doing this. Please don't hit me. But listen to what's happening in this video because this is such powerful because it represents exactly the entire leftist mind, every single one of them.
Is this unprecedented to arrest a former president for not turning in documents?
A former president that had committed this many provable criminal acts.
This many provable criminal acts. I'm like, oh. This many provable criminal acts. And it's like this every single time when I go out and talk to these Democrats, they all have this same mindset. So he's going to ask the question, name one provable criminal act. Listen, watch.
Provable criminal acts.
But what are the provable criminal acts, I guess?
Just one. Just one.
Provable criminal acts. Well, I'm done talking.
I'm done talking. I'm done talking. What? See, you know what? And that's exactly how the Democrats in Congress act right now. The impeachment hearings, remember that? They did it all on hearsay. There was no actual proof of any collusion with Russia. Remember the $42 million with the Mueller report? Nothing. Y'all remember that? I remember it because I was glued to the tube watching it just like you. And he came back and he said there was zero evidence of it. There's never been any evidence of the stuff that they have been making up. You know what it is? The Democrats will say, oh, there's a dead body. There's no missing persons report. There's no stench anywhere. You don't smell anything anywhere unless you get around a Democrat. But there's nobody saying, hey, so-and-so's missing. Nothing. But the Democrats are saying, hey, there's a dead body. Someone's been murdered. Okay, who's been murdered? We don't know yet. We have to investigate it until we find out. When they say that Trump murdered somebody, that's what they're saying here, essentially. Well, who did he murder? Well, we don't know. We need to look and we need to get the documents to find out who President Trump murdered because he murdered somebody. We just don't know who yet. We're trying to figure it out. We don't want to investigate it until we find who he murdered, even though there's not a missing person report. There's nothing. Nothing. But that's what they do. The same thing with Congress. Do you understand that analogy? Do you understand what I'm saying? They make up stuff saying like, oh, we got missing stuff here, missing documents. We got this over here. We got that over there. President Trump is hiding something. Oh, well, here's everything. What do you need? There's nothing there. And then they said that President Trump wasn't cooperating when they were asking for the missing documents. President Trump said, I gave you all the documents. There are no missing documents. So guess what? They went and found a liberal federal judge to give them a subpoena to go in and look at President Trump's home because they want to find something, anything. They don't care. It doesn't even have to be related to anything from the past 5 years. 6 years, nothing. If they can find something that on President Trump that happened back in 1993, they will use that. They don't care. They just want something. They haven't been able to get anything. And this is the first time in American history that they raided a former president's home over political dispute because they're terrified of him going back into the White House. This is America destroying itself. You remember, I used to wonder when I was younger, how did Rome look right before it destroyed itself? Because they said Rome fell from within. I used to wonder, what did that look like? Of course, we have technology. We have different things today. We're not riding around in wagons, right? We're not riding around all on horses. We got vehicles and stuff, but we still are a political power in the world, just like Rome was during that time. And they're doing the exact same thing. We're literally repeating history. These people are evil. They're 100% evil. And to give you an example, and this is really disturbing, to give you another example exactly how demonic all of this is. Because these people believe that they're doing the right thing by invading, doing a raid against President Trump's home, by starting to try to figure out which Republicans that they can arrest. There's already talk about them doing it. They're lining up Republicans that they can arrest right now before the midterm election, and they want to do this. Why? Why do they want to do this? They want to arrest them because they see all of the stuff that they've done to this country. People are not supporting them like they want them to. Of course, you still have your stupid Democrats out there that's going to support these people no matter what. The Antichrist can come on the scene and say, hey, I'm going against President Trump. The Democrats will flock behind the Antichrist and say, anybody but Trump. We'll vote for the Antichrist as long as it's not Trump. That's exactly what's in their minds, because they've been turned over to a reprobate mind. These people are demonic. They're evil. Let me show you another example. This is supposedly, I guess this is a woman, whatever it is. But listen to it. This is exactly what I'm talking about, the times that we're living in and how demonic this is. All of this is connected. Everything is connected like this. Listen.
Folks, my name is Miranda. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania.
She's a sex therapist, right? Listen.
And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons.
Minor attractive person. It's just like a different name, or a fancy name, if you will, for pedophilia, for a pedophile. And this is them trying to justify, just like they're justifying going after President Trump over fraudulent stuff. They're justifying going after your children and having relations with your child. This is disgusting.
And I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture. And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing much about them. And those assumptions create harm for an already marginalized population. You may have noticed that I'm using the term minor attracted persons, sometimes abbreviated to MAPS, instead of the more commonly used term pedophile. And I'm doing this because the term pedophile has moved from being a diagnostic label to being a judgmental, hurtful insult that we hurl at people in order to harm them or slander them.
Y'all hearing this? You see, I tell people that these demonic people exist. They're walking on the planet, and some people don't believe me. And then here it is. I'm actually playing it for you, where they're actually talking about, don't call them, they changed it from being called a pedophile to minors, right? Attractive persons, minors, where they're talking about it's okay to be with a child. Lord Jesus. I constantly tell you this, we're living in the days. I'm telling you, we're living in the last days. I mean, you don't have to believe it. You don't have to see it. That's fine. It's entirely up to you. But the way I've constantly been saying this, we're living in the days. These people are 100% demonic, and all of this stuff is connected because all of the 100%, the Democrat Party, all of those on the left support this demonicness. They all support it. They all support it. And the ones that come out and say that, well, we don't support it, but then they turn around and they vote for it because Joe Biden on his website talked about that he's all for trans. He said it on his website in 2019. He said it was all on his website, and people did not pay attention. And now they know the truth and they still don't care. As long as Trump is not there.
I also prefer person first language that recognizes that any label we might apply to a person is only part of who they are and doesn't represent everything that they are.
I keep telling you, see, you can't make this stuff up. That's so repulsive. It's 100% demonic. They're talking about children. And I know this has nothing to do with Mar-a-Lago, but it actually does. Because, see, you have the FBI, the woke FBI, raiding a former president's home over fraudulent information. You know it is. You know it is. And then I did the video just the other day, and last time I looked, it had 70,000 views on it. They didn't want too many people seeing it, but it has 70,000 views at the last time I looked at it. And I showed y'all the proof how the Communist News Network was lying, saying that President Trump was at Mar-a-Lago trying to flush evidence down the toilet when he was in New York. These people are liars. They're all lying. Y'all remember Adam Schiff? And nothing happened to him. Where's the FBI when it comes to Adam Schiff? When he was reading the transcript about Ukraine, of all places. And he was reading the transcript, supposedly what President Trump was saying, he was ad-libbing. He said, I was doing a parody. He was literally lying, trying to make the story look worse than what it is. And I'm willing to bet these documents that they're supposedly missing, I would not be surprised if the FBI took some of the documents out of the 15 boxes that they got back in June and removed some of the documents, and then they finally presented it to the people who was looking at it, the archives, and they were saying, well, where are these documents? Where are these documents? I wouldn't be surprised if there's somewhere in the FBI headquarters with Hunter Biden's laptop that they miraculously unable to find. They can't find Hunter Biden's laptop all of a sudden, right? They can't find that, but they went and confiscated it, right? But now they don't know where it is. And I'm willing to bet those missing documents are with that Hunter Biden laptop. Because President Trump has been complying with them. They say, oh, okay, here, take this. And then they don't ever talk about Hillary Clinton when she took hundreds of thousands of dollars of furniture and extra stuff with them. And they say, hey, you can't keep that. You got to turn it in. They turn in some of it, not all of it. They only pay like $150,000 fine when they're filthy rich. And they say, okay, here's $150. Make it go away. That's exactly what happened there. And they still have it today. But President Trump is a threat to them. President Trump is a problem to them. President Trump represents what they hate. President Trump represents what's good about America because he actually opened up so many people's eyes. Because of Trump's presidency, the United States of America changed, and it changed for the better. And they don't like it. They hate it. Because why? Because President Trump is not part of the elitist team. Come on now. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. President Trump didn't want to join the liberal world order. He didn't want to join it. He was taking us out of the liberal world order. Remember, he ended the Paris Climate Agreement. Remember that? He ended that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, look what he's doing. Oh my God, he's going to tear up everything. He's going to mess up everything. Remember, he did that. And then the TPP. He removed us from that. That was another globalist, liberal, one world order agenda, and he removed us out of it. All of the stuff that he was removing us out of and making America great again, keeping America great, they hated it. And right now, every last person sees it. All of y'all, we all see it right now. This is happening. It is happening right now. And every single day, I think, what's next? What's next? Because I can sit there, I used to like look into like Nostradamus. Not that I ever believed it. There was like a TV show years ago called Nostradamus, and it was very interesting. And it make all these predictions in the future, right? And they said it'd be kind of broad and make predictions broadly. Anyone can do it. I'm gonna do one right now. I'm gonna make a prediction. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna wake up, and the Democrats would have done something else to cause destruction of America. Oh, wow, yeah, no brainer. Right? You all see it too. You all just did it with me. We just did it together because that is their agenda. The World Economic Forum, their agenda is to tear down America. And Joe Brandon, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Jerry Nadler, Elizabeth Warren, Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, Mitch McConnell, the whole lot of them are in cahoots about tearing down this country. All of them. I can't stand it. I don't hate people, but I dislike these people with a passion. I don't hate people, but I dislike liberals with a passion. We are in a battle right now for our country, people. We're in a battle. This thing is so real. Let me share something else with you, because this one with Jesse Waters, and Jesse Waters is talking to Lindsey Graham, and the conversation that he's having with Lindsey Graham, and it's like he's talking to Lindsey Graham. It's like he's relaying this information to Lindsey Graham. He's like saying it to Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey Graham is so detached. He doesn't realize that he's part of the problem. He doesn't realize that Jesse Waters, if the way I'm hearing this, Jesse Waters is saying this he is saying it to him. He's saying it to his face. And he probably won't ever, if it ever dawned on him that Jesse Waters was talking about how these politicians and everything are being corrupt and what's happening in our country, and he's not doing a darn thing about it. That's what's ticking me off. We have Republicans not doing a darn thing about it. They're going like, well, we just need to sit back and see what's happening. Let's just see what's happening. I showed them one the other day when they're talking about Mitch McConnell. Well, we just need to see what's happening, because Mitch McConnell, even on CNN, talking about how much he hates President Trump. Listen, watch this.
Why they had to raid President Trump's home 90 days before an election.
Yeah, and I love having you on, Lindsey. You and I have debated about things, and I've seen you pretty spitting mad over Ukraine. But
y'all hear that? You hear that? Did you hear that? He said, I've seen you spitting mad over Ukraine. Y'all hear it, right? See Jesse Water. Okay, I got mad respect for Jesse Water here, because listen, Jesse Water hits him hard. He really does. And Lindsey Graham's so detached. I think he recognized it, but he's trying to play it cool. He straight up calls him out on it. You were spitting mad about Ukraine. Listen what he says about how come you're not mad about this?
And I've seen you pretty spitting mad over Ukraine. But you don't seem as mad as you were about this than you've been mad about Ukraine. I don't understand.
And you see he's laughing. I told y'all, Lindsey Graham, all of them, they hate this country. They want the power. And I told y'all before, I'm willing to bet that they work with the Democrats and say, hey, help us get rid of Trump and we'll get your party back. Look at him. Jesse Waters hit him up and he's like laughing. Yeah, you got me. I was spitting mad over that, but I'm spitting mad over this because I'm happy that they're going after Trump. Listen, I won't stop it again. I'll try not to.
But you don't seem as mad as you were about this than you've been mad about Ukraine. I don't understand why people aren't lighting their hair on fire. I don't understand why people aren't out in the streets. Yeah. This isn't like, let's just see what's in the warrant. I mean,
I'm sorry, I had to stop and see. That's exactly what I said a minute ago. People aren't in the streets. They're not in the streets, right? Conservative Christian, well, I got to go to work. They're not in the streets. But if it was the Democrats, Antifa, BLM, every socialist, communist Democrat would be out in the street. But see the difference between us and them, they would be burning everything.
And they've been doing this. This is the third election. We know they doctor evidence. We know they plant evidence.
Yeah, sure.
We know they hide evidence. We know they lie. We know they leak. I mean, this is not anything new. This has been years they've been doing this. We can't just say, we're waiting for the guy to come out and give a statement about what is predicated. I mean, what? These people are out of control, Senator.
They're out of control. And we want y'all to do something. I mean, essentially, that's what he's saying. We want you to do something. Quick, get off your hands. Get your hands from up under your butt and do something. This is our liberties we're talking about. This is the United States of America we're talking about. We don't need China to tear up America. We have Democrats to do it. We don't need Russia to tear up America. We have Democrats to do it. We don't need Iran to nuke New York. The Democrats are doing it. Are you kidding me?
country is at, like, we're on the edge of a cliff, man. I'm telling you, this country is at the edge of a cliff here.
At an edge of a cliff. That's speaking about it lightly. It's not that the country's on the edge of the cliff. The country is like leaning off the cliff. We're literally leaning off the cliff. The division in this country is so high, it is unbelievable. It is remarkable. It is disgusting. It is repulsive. It is nothing but evil. 100%. These people do not care about the United States. I say that all the time. They don't care. They don't care. And I'm sorry for going off like this, going off with this rant, but dadgummit. I mean, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they waiting for? We need to wait and see what that comes out of this. Y'all haven't figured it out yet already? Look what they've been doing to the man for the past 6 years, and y'all haven't figured it out yet? I mean, how much more do you need to figure out? See, Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell and Mitt Romney and Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney and Nancy Pelosi and all the rest of them, right? Kamala Harris, Joe Brandon, all of them are like just going like this. Oh, and then they try to act like Joe Brandon didn't even know about it. You're kidding me right now, right? So you're going to have the FBI raid a former president's home and they don't inform the dude that's in the White House now? And he doesn't even know anything about it? That's a total lie. Do y'all believe it? That's another lie? It is another lie. That doesn't happen. Something like that should go all the way up the food chain before it is even implemented, because of what could happen to the country, the state of the nation, the state of the nation. I'm so sick and tired of it. And I know if I feel like this, what about the people out there that can't control themselves? Think about it. I'm sitting there talking about it, and it's not, you know what? And it's not for you and I. There's things we can do. There are things that we can do, and there's things that we will do. And I'm not talking about being violent. You know, November is right around the corner. There's things we can do. We cannot give into what they're doing. We cannot allow them to change our minds and who to support. That's what they want to do. As soon as, you know what, after the raid, they did this with President Trump. I was sitting there looking at the liberal media, and they were saying, well, we're going to see if this is going to change the minds of people in these primaries. They literally said that. And that is the idea. Because they want everyone who loves America, supports America, not to vote for the people who's fighting for America. But they want you to support the demonic left. That's what they want. That's what they want. Let me play one more. Judge Jeanine. She's such a beautiful lady. And she's so spot on what she says. She's so spot on. When President Trump returns in 2024, they don't need to do any stupid hearings. They really don't. Judge Jeanine actually says what they need to do. Pass the stupid hearings. Don't even waste your time on it. Just don't even do it. Listen to what she says.
Let me tell you something. They can put anything they want in the warrant. You just said the facts should drive this. Let me tell you what the facts are. That's the term you use.
Yes,
the facts should drive
and
this.
I stand by that.
I know you do. I think it's a good thing. Let me tell you what the facts are. The facts are that Hillary Clinton deleted 33,000 emails, most of them classified, after they were subpoenaed. That's called the destruction of evidence. The fact is she was not prosecuted because James Comey, who cut her loose when he was the head of the Southern District in New York on the Clinton Foundation, decided he was going to cut her loose instead of the Attorney General. The facts are that there was perjured testimony before a FISA judge. The facts are they continued to lie to that FISA judge to re-up the warrant. So let's talk about the facts. The facts are that the Democrats will say or do anything to destroy Donald Trump because he's not part of that network. He is the only person who's been fighting for the American people. And let me tell you something. If the Republicans get back in office, I don't want them to have hearings. I don't want them to clean house. I want them to start prosecuting. I want them to start to make sure that people respond to law and order, that they listen to what the rules are, and that they follow them. Because until the Democrats are taught to do that, they will abuse the law, and we will be the victims of their government overrule.
Their government overreach. These are government bullies she's talking about. Government tyrants she's talking about. The government mob. This is the liberal mob. And this is only a reflection of the liberal world order. This is exactly what we're seeing. The liberal world order in full effect in the United States of America. That's what we're seeing. Hands down. They're not even hiding it anymore. They feel, you know what? They talked about a straw poll. They talked about a straw poll coming out of CPAC. They talked about the straw poll. And out of the straw poll, they said that President Trump was the number one. He was the number one candidate. The number one candidate. And now they don't understand. They're like, what do we do? What do we do? Right? That came out. But you know what? To my understanding, they had this in place Friday before CPAC. So they were already planning on doing this. They were already planning on doing this. Okay, let me do something. Let me do this real quick. Hey, I'm going to ask my producer to do this too. Hold on one second. All right, I'm going to ask my producer to do this for me. All right, I'm going to say thank you to the people who just blessed me during this video. But I'm going to take up your phone calls. I'm going to open up the phone call because I want to know what you think about this. I want to know what you think about the Democrats doing this. And it just dawned on me. You know what? We'll take some phone calls. I'm going to take your phone call. So let me say thank you to a few people. And while we're doing that, I'm going to get the phone system set up here. All right, here, give me 1 second here. All right, let's go. Let's go. George, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the stars. RK, thank you so much for the stars. Okay, I guess just the only one. All right, where's it at? Where's it at? Okay. Shelly, thank you so much for the PayPal. Thank you so much. Hey, if y'all haven't already, please go to my website, uniteamericafirst.com, and sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't already, please sign up for the newsletter. All right. Oops. All right, what's the next one here? Okay. Dantene, is that right? Dantene, thank you so much for the PayPal. All right. And Donna, thank you so much for the stars. All right. Normally my producer had them go a lot quicker. I'm not sure if there's an issue tonight. Not sure what's going on. Okay. And Sylvia, thank you for the stars. All right. I guess we're just maybe she's just having problems with it. Okay. While she's doing that, let me see. Sarah, thank you for the stars. Okay. All right. I'm getting the phone line set up right now. All right. The phone line is set up. The phone number is already set up. There's a few people calling in. Herman Kane, thank you so much for the PayPal. I really appreciate it. And again, sign up for the newsletter, uniteamericafirst.com. Sign up for the newsletter, uniteamericafirst.com. All right. Let's see. Why are you so slow? I don't know. Gristle, thank you so much for the stars. Thank you so much. Then Francis, thank you so much for the stars. All right, Sherry, thank you for the stars. All right, now we're going. Now we're going here. What is that? Cam 2. Turn it down. Thank you so much, Cam 2. Jimmy, thank you so much for the stars. Joe, thank you so much for the stars. You don't have to say it the simple ones. Stephanie, thank you for the stars. Thank you so much. Deborah, thank you so much as well for the stars. Thank you so much. Butler, thank you so much. Maria, thank you so much. And then Kimberlyn, thank you so much. Eileen, thank you so much for the stars. Sharon, thank you so much for the stars. Chuck, thank you so much for the stars. Kaylee, thank you so much for the stars. And Flora, thank you so much for the stars. All right. Now I'm just going to take a few phone calls here. Okay. I'm just going to take a few phone calls. All right. Because I want to hear what you think. I just want to hear what you think. I was pushing the wrong foot switch. I thought I was muting. I'm like, just. Okay. But anyways, good thing I didn't say anything bad. All right. Let's go to the phone line here. Let me unmute it here. All right. We should be able to bring people in here. It's first come, first serve. And like I said, I'm just going to take a few phone calls. I think, let me see. I'm going to put the number here in the ticker. For those of you that don't know the number, I will put the number down in the bottom in the ticker. All right. I just set it up. Just keep looking right here in the ticker and you will see the phone number right down there. You see that? Get your Ultra Mega t-shirt today right there. And the number is going to show up just in a second. Give it a sign right there. Holla at me. Holla at me right there. Holla at me. Holla at me. Holla at me right there. It's going across. Holla at me. That's my number. It's going to come back around though. It's going to come back around though. So if you missed it that time, just get it the next time. All right. And all right, here we go. Let's go to the phone lines here. Look like we got Clint from Texas. Hey, Clint, thank you so much for the call.
Hello, Will. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. You know what? I'm doing great. I'm at it, but man, the country, what do you think?
Well, I'm mad about what happened. Like, I'm mad about the Democrats doing our president, Donald Trump. You know, it's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's extremely sad. It's extremely sad. And it's just really interesting that they're doing this. Hey, Clint, thank you so much. I'm going to go through these really quick. All right, let's go to Jeff from Louisiana. Hey, Jeff, thank you so much for the call.
Hi, this is me?
Yes, this is you. So tell me, what do you think about them doing a raid on President Trump's home?
Well, that's outrageous, period. That's never been done in history.
Correct.
You've got a Secretary of State that got away with far worse. And what infuriates me more than anything is the leadership of the Republican Party isn't saying anything. Mumble Mitch from Kentucky, he's not speaking out. And McCarthy, he said something, but you can't wait until you know you're going to be reelected or take the power back from the Democrats. They're sitting here just cowered in the corner again.
Yeah, it's completely disgusting. And I'm like waiting on the Republicans. All of the Republicans right now should be saying, yo, this is it. This is too much. Y'all have done too much. This has gone far too long. We need to actually bring order back. So, hey, thank you so much. Gotta let you go. All right, let's go to, look like we have a new caller here. 9878. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello? Hold on 1 minute. I guess you hung up. All right, he hung up. All right, we got another caller. This one is, the last four is 5271. 5271. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Elvin. I'm calling you from a different number. But calling from Los Angeles. And I just wanted to say, let's pray for this country because this is a violent, attack from the enemy against Trump and all of us. I went to see a loved one that was in the hospital Kaiser here, and in the emergency room, and they wouldn't let me go in, because I didn't have a COVID vaccine card. And I tried to go into the door, and I got jumped by like nearly 10 security guards. They're like body slamming.
Really? I mean, so it's like everyone's seeing tyranny everywhere. It's really amazing. So what do you think about them? What do you think about them raiding President Trump's home?
They don't have any constitutional basis. Where's the smoking gun? There's no due process. There's no, you can't do that to a president. That's like separation of powers or something, It's completely tyrannical. It's completely 100% tyrannical what they're doing. Hey, appreciate the call. Right.
All right, let's go. The last four on this one, we got a new caller here, 5858. See, I'm going through these really quick, so if you got something, get it in there really quick. 5858 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Northern California.
And what's your first name? Just give me your first name.
George.
George from Northern California. What you got, George?
Well, here's my problem with that. I was United States Army, and then I currently work for the Department of Justice, but not for the FBI. And this raid was unprecedented. Trump put out a statement today that they asked him to put an extra lock on the room. They did it. He showed it to the DOJ. He showed it to all of them. And then they wait for him to go out of state and they raid his house. That's unprecedented. I call it just outrageous. It should have never happened. They should have raided Hillary Clinton. They haven't raided Hunter Biden. They haven't even investigated Hunter Biden properly.
Right.
And all the stuff on his laptop is nightmarish.
Yeah, it's horrible. And you know what? We probably haven't even seen a fraction of the stuff out there that they put on the net, and half the stuff, but all of the stuff that they put out there has been completely hideous. And I'm like, I don't even want to see any of it. But you're going through Twitter and boop, pop up on the feed. It's everywhere.
Exactly, and that's my point. And, they're investigating a man because they're so scared of him running in 2024 instead of investigating the people that are breaking the law actually.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Well, hey, George, thanks for the call. Take care. All right, let's go to Vicky. Vicky from NorCal. Hey, Vicky, thank you so much for the call.
Hey, Will, thanks for taking my call. Thanks for coming on tonight and everything that you do. Listen, I am from Northern California also. Hello to the fellow caller. I'm outraged at what is going on, what they did. Number one, it's a no-brainer. They went in when Trump was gone and did not allow attorneys to be present. That right there tells you what they're setting this up for.
I heard that there was an attorney there on the premises, but then I guess they didn't allow the attorneys to go around while they were searching the premises. Yeah. So in that case, yeah. And then they want them to turn off the cameras. What do you think about that? They wanted the feds wanted them to turn off the cameras.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, you just took the words right out of my mouth. They wanted the cameras shut off, but I did hear Jesse tonight that the cameras were not shut off because his employees did not abide by their wishes, and they are scrambling like crazy trying to get their hands on that video. So let's see what happens out of that, right?
You know what? I hope President Trump plastered all over True Social. I hope he puts it all over True Social.
You know what? President Trump should have put copies of Hunter's laptop in every place, in every room, and the FBI wouldn't have touched anything, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to prosecute Hunter.
Exactly.
So if that's all they found in Trump, they would have just walked away.
Yep.
And they should be called the Federal Bureau of Idiots.
Yeah, I completely agree.
That's what they are.
Yep. Well,
he
hey,
gave
Vicky.
them previous access in June
to
come in there and look at all that stuff.
100%. Yeah, they did.
Right,
and he gave all of it to him. All right, take care. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's go to, we got a new caller here. The last four is 0739. 0739. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Why, yes, I'm Teresa from New Mexico. I feel like I won the lottery. How are you?
Hey, great. Thank you. Teresa from New Mexico. I just interviewed a young man from New Mexico.
Awesome.
Yeah, his name is, I want to make sure I get it, Ant Thornton. He's actually the number one for the lieutenant. He just won a primary for the lieutenant governor.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do know him. Yeah, I've been very frustrated with, not just on the Trump topic, but on Facebook. I don't know if anybody else has kind of found it weird, but I just got a 7-day ban and a 39-day ban on Facebook for basically sharing your video.
Seriously?
Yep.
The video for tonight?
Not tonight. No, I got it from last week.
Which video was it that you shared of mine?
I honestly don't know. I watch you every Thursday. So it was last week's Thursday video.
Well, so wait a minute. So hold on real quick. Did you by chance get like a screenshot showing that they banned you for sharing my video?
Yeah, I can do that. Absolutely.
Yes, please email it. Do you have my email?
I do not.
Okay, so if you just go to it's contact@uniteamericafirst.com. That's pretty simple to remember, right? It's contact@uniteamericafirst.com. Please send me that screenshot. That's crazy. So I want to know which one they're talking about.
I don't know, but the thing is Facebook is just cracking down on everybody right now. I think that's Republican.
Yeah, it is. And because we have Republicans that are in the Senate and the House that refuse to do anything about it. They refuse to do anything. But these companies are acting like publishers. And they're not supposed to be acting like publishers because of Section 230. But they still do it. So, all right. Well, hey, Teresa, thank you so much. And please send me that email, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Take care. Thanks. All right, looks like we have another new caller here, but this one is just saying anonymous. Okay. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Jackson, thank you so much. And please send me that email, okay?
Hello, caller.
All right, take care. Thanks.
All right. So when I take you off, it should say unmute. Okay. Now I'll put this one back on. We'll go back to it. Let's go to Craig from Texas. Hey, Craig. Thank you so much for the call.
Hey, Will, how you doing, brother?
Man, you know what? I'm questioning it, right? I'm questioning it, really. I really am.
So the last time I called in, I told you something big was going to happen before November election, right?
Yeah, I do remember that. It's almost like you're Nostradamus, right?
Yes. Okay, so this is part of that plan. And I think what they are wanting to do is put Trump in handcuffs and say, look at what we found in this white supremacist mansion.
Yep. And you know what? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you real quick, and I'll let you respond. Sure. Do you think that the FBI would likely plant something? I'm not saying that they did. I don't know. But would you be surprised if they actually planted something?
No, I wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put anything past the FBI.
Same here.
Attacking parents at school. I mean, it's bizarre.
Yep, same here. Okay, what was your other question?
Well, my other concern is Will, we're fixing to be in a situation, depending on how this election goes, which we all hope it goes the right way.
That's if we even get there, right? But continue. Continue.
Because I'm worried about the gas prices and the electric. Will, like, my light bill is tripled since President Trump left.
Yep. Same here. And you know what? I don't know if you saw this. Let me say it real quick. I put a picture on Facebook earlier today. I was in the store here called HEB, and I was just going through it, and I was going to get some salmon. I did get some salmon, but I got the one a lot cheaper. I got the poor man's version of it, whatever that is. But they had a piece of salmon in there that's really small, about this big if you're looking at the screen, and it was for $31. $31. That's what you call a recession. That's what's happened in a recession. The price of stuff, and that used to cost maybe like $9 before. I remember it was like $9. Right. Okay, this is not bad. Maybe $11, but now $31. I mean, this is about to become unreachable. It is unreachable. What am I talking about?
And it's hard to believe that in the best economy in 40 years. Isn't it weird the White House press secretary just gets up there and lies, just blatantly lies to us like we're stupid?
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Well, hey, Craig, thank you so much for the call.
I want you to make a run at governor sometime because you've got so much support. I want to see you as the governor of Texas.
You know, they wouldn't like me. They wouldn't like me because I wouldn't play with them.
They don't like any of us.
Yeah, really.
They don't like any of us because we think for ourselves, and it's repulsive how they speak about.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, hey, appreciate the call, Craig. Take care.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Take care.
All right, let's go back to the one that said anonymous, okay? I hope you're listening. And I'm unmuting you now.
Think for ourselves.
All right,
and
hello.
It's repulsive how they speak about. Yeah, it is.
Okay, mute your computer. Yes, mute your computer.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Take care.
Mute your computer for me.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Mute your computer.
Okay.
Okay, yes, you. Mute your computer.
I did.
Okay. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Dee Irvine in New York.
Dee from New York. So tell me, Dee, what's on your mind? What do you think about them doing this to President Trump? And he was in New York when this was happening.
Yes. And I want to say, everybody, my opinion, everybody is getting distracted. This is to take our mind off of what diseases that are dropping on us. You notice COVID numbers are gone and everything, but COVID is higher than last year and the year before. Now the smallpox or, monkeypox, we need to pay attention to the things that they're dropping on us and killing us. This is a diversion.
I would agree. I think they're like letting no crisis go to waste, and they're using this as a diversion to get our minds off of this, like this computer chip deal and probably what's in it and what's about to happen with that, and to distract us from everything else that they're doing. But I think it's going to end up hurting them in the long run because, like, I don't know if you saw it earlier, Megyn Kelly, she used to hate President Trump. Now all of a sudden she's even calling out the Democrats for what they're doing, right? She's saying that they're going after him. So this is actually getting more people to say this is not right. This has just gone too far. So I think it's going to end up backfiring on them.
But people have got to get out and vote instead of talking. They need to go and walk. Talk the talk, but walk the walk.
Yep, I completely agree. Well, hey, Dee, thank you so much for the call from New York. All right, let's go to, we got a new caller here, 9361. 9361 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Will, this is Pissed Off Nurse on Gitter. How are you, man?
Man, you know what? I'm still questioning that right now. I'm not sure how I should be feeling about all of this. I'm pissed off too. So what you got for me?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a quick resume here. I was an ER nurse for almost 25 years. I was a charge nurse for about 20 of that, and I lost my career last year over the mandate. So no longer employed as a nurse and working for myself now. But one of the things I wanted to bring up and just get your opinion of, and I posted this today and got quite a bit of a response on it, was I don't know how familiar you are with the communist goals of 1963, but if you look at that document, you look at line 35 on there, it talks about dismantling and discrediting the FBI as part of their plan for communism, obviously. A lot of my followers, I got over 21,000 followers, seem to agree with that. And, my question more so for you is, are we looking at too short of a game here? Is it more of a long game that they're playing with this globalism? Is this Trump thing kind of a smoke and mirrors in itself? It's a very important thing and obviously extremely unconstitutional. And I will, argue that till I'm blue in the face. But is that part of their agenda is making the FBI look like a bunch of idiots to dismantle them?
Well, I would say probably yes and no. I would say yes and no. And the reason why I say yes is because they look like idiots. And I would say no.
It's almost too easy, right?
Yeah. I would, and the only reason why I would say no, because I refuse to believe that every single person in the FBI are woke. Right? I refuse to believe that. But at the same time, but let me say this real quick and I'll let you respond. But at the same time, the ones that are not woke, they're not standing up against these tyrants either. So they're looking bad.
And that's where I'm going with this. And again, pulling it back into my world of nursing, I had a lot of nurses that were on my side, like right on, man. And I had the ability to do it because I had a retirement plan that set me up on a nice ranch right now that I own. But anyways, I have a lot of good nurses that are still there, and they didn't have a choice. They either had to go along with it or lose their livelihood, and they had families depending on their income.
Yep, and you know what?
So I get that dual-edged sword of having to kind of do what you got to do to survive.
Yeah.
I had a different situation. I had the ability to take care of myself and walk away from it all. And if you ever check my posts, I'm speaking nothing but what's going on in the healthcare world. There's so many different things going on in the healthcare world. And, you know, that's just kind of, again, cops, right? I'm from Chicago originally. I know most of my family are Chicago cops or Chicago firefighters, paramedics, all right? They're in it because, A, they love what they do, like I did, but they don't really have a lot of option around it other than walking. Now, my cousins that are cops, they got great pensions, and a lot of them have, actually. But I can see both sides of that in a way, and it's just, that's what's so messed up about it. It's a delicate dance right now with everything. Yeah. And with elections coming so soon, you know, that we have to be extremely calculated in our moves, because if they come down with, you know, any kind of martial law,
come on, but you know what? You and I and everyone else listening, I'm willing to bet we're all thinking that, hey, they're going to do something else. Something else is going to happen right before the end, or something's going to go down, because they've already done so much damage to this country. They have to try to keep their power. So, hey,
absolutely, dude. I've been watching you since you were with Steve on PT News with all the Antifa riots and all that shit. I mean, they've been poking us with a stick the entire time.
Yep, absolutely.
Trying to get a reaction.
Yep. Hey, appreciate the call. Take care. All right, let's go to Kenny from Missouri. Hey, Kenny, thank you so much for the call.
Hey, Will, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, sir.
This was just crazy. It's mind-blowing what they did to President Trump.
Yes, it is.
How they could do this. But, you know, they've been after him for years. But we just got to stay positive, keep our faith in the Lord. And I'll get off here.
Yep. Hey,
you have a great.
Well, hey, appreciate the call. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to Kathy from Ohio. Hey, Kathy, thank you so much for the call.
Hello, Will.
Hello, Kathy.
How you doing? I'm in Ohio. I am extremely mad what they have done to Trump.
Yes.
This is the most outrageous thing I've ever heard of.
Yep.
And did you hear about the Langya virus that's coming out in China?
No, I haven't heard about that. So I'm going to have to do some research on it.
Yes, it's Langya. And I guarantee you they're going to start this crap, and they're going to try locking us down again before November so they can cheat again. You watch.
Well, you know what? I heard Stacey Abrams tested positive. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. So, well, hey, thank you so much. I'll have to go check it out. Thanks so much for the call.
Thank you, Will.
All right, let's go to Michelle. Is this let me see, Michelle. Gail from California. You there, Gail?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here, Will.
It's Michael.
Yes. How are you doing, Will?
You know what? I'm still trying to figure that out right now, because I'm really angry right now, and I'm teed off because of this tyrannical government.
I have some news that will hopefully get to the sheriff's department in Florida. Did you know the sheriff's department can go and arrest the FBI and charge them for an unlawful entry into a presidential home?
Yeah, but was it unlawful because they got a liberal federal judge, to my understanding, to sign off on
it? The sheriffs are even above them. Check it out. Look it up. Look it up. The sheriffs are above.
Right. I get that. I've heard that, because I've known sheriffs to say, if they ever say that the Second Amendment is no longer valid and you have to turn in your guns. You can't have any guns. I know a lot of sheriffs have said, well, as soon as that happened, I'll deputize every single person who owns a firearm, and, and so, but my question is, if they went and got a federal judge to warrant this, where does it become illegal for them to do it then?
Well, where it came illegal is because, for one, there wasn't. They didn't even notify Trump that this was even going to happen. And then, two, is when they go and they tell the staff to turn off the cameras. That's an illegal act right there. Is telling the staff to turn off those cameras.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Because when if they want to turn off the cameras, they're up to fraudulent activity. The only reason why they don't want to be seen is the same reason why Antifa don't want to be seen, and they've been covering up their face even before they had to put on the fake diapers. They were doing it. So they do this because they don't want to be seen in the criminal activities that they're doing. They don't want people to see it. So I have to look and see. So hopefully it'd be nice that, if the sheriffs in Florida were to step up and do something like that, but we'll have to see. Well, hey, Michael, thank you so much for the call. Okay. Take care. All right. Let's go we got another new caller here. 1299. 1299 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, I'm from Northwest Alabama in the Shoals area.
Alabama. Just give me your first name.
Kathy.
Kathy?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you what my take is on this. They're trying to desensitize us to what's coming.
Oh, I agree. I agree to that.
They're shell-shocking us. They're shell-shocking us right now. And we're going to be so frazzled by the time the midterms come up. Let me just say, there's not going to be midterms. In parts of the country, it's going to be very cold at that point. And I predict that there will be outages, widespread. There'll be martial law, all kinds of civil unrest. People that didn't put back for this occasion, they're going to be trying to save their kids.
Yeah.
Good people will be bad people.
You know what?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? And riots in the street because there will be a lack of food.
Right.
Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you heard it, but I was saying that I went to the grocery store today and it was it said 2 pounds and it was $31 for a piece of salmon.
Right.
$31. And this is what a recession looks like.
There was none.
And you know what? And you know it was maybe
with their personal home life.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was because it was a limited amount too. There was a limited amount. Now that I think about it, $31.
Right. And I'm going to bring up another point. This I don't know if you know where dog food comes from, but a lot of it comes from waste from grocery stores. The mills in Alabama, they go around to the grocery stores, and anything that is kind of getting spoiled, they throw it in a barrel. There's not a lot of waste right now because there's not a lot to buy. And
you know what? That's interesting that you say that.
It's
interesting that you say that because I have cats, and cat food is starting to become scarce as well.
Yes. I save my coupons, spend $25, get $5 off. And I go to several of, I'm not going to plug them, but several of these stores on Saturdays, and you have to just pick around.
Yeah.
And I'm getting indoor food for outdoor cats. You know.
I completely see it.
But let me just say, people need to be thinking about their pets. I try to warn my family, and I say, you need to be putting back. I've got plenty for me. But I have a large family. I've got a large family.
Well, you know what?
And they say, well, we don't cook at home. We eat out. And I say, when there's no wheat, there's no bread.
Yeah.
There's no McDonald's.
The sad thing is if America keeps on the track that it's on right now, we'll end up like Venezuela, and people won't have any more pets.
Exactly.
That's the disturbing part. So, well, hey, Kathy, thank you so much for the call.
Somebody told me I need to get bigger dogs.
Well, hey, thanks so much for the call.
Okay.
Take care. You know what? There's one thing that I have on my website, and you can go to my website. Okay, it's on my website. There's a link on there called Patriot Switch. And for me, I shop there because I think of it like shopping off the grid, and I'm not, spending money with these big box these big box stores. I can't really go into detail on it here because they don't like it. But if you go to my website, uniteamericafirst.com, and click on Patriot Switch, I'm just going to put it out there like that. If y'all, I'm telling you, and the interesting thing, when they did that last thing right before the election, remember they did that? People were still able to get certain things that they needed. Certain things, not everything, but there were certain things. Go to my website, uniteamericafirst.com, and click on Patriot Switch. There's a video there that will explain exactly what I'm talking about. It's like shopping off the grid. That's where I kind of look at it. All right, let's go back to the phone line here. We got another new caller. The last four is 7103, 7103. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Will? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's your first name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Ohio.
Ohio. What's the first name?
Justin.
Justin, what you got for me, Justin? What do you think about them raiding President Trump's home?
I think it's crazy as hell, to be honest with you. I'll try to watch my language.
I appreciate it.
Very crazy, though. I think they're just trying to keep him from running in 2024, just like we all do.
Yep.
We ain't stupid.
Yeah, I completely agree. I can see them wanting to. I can see them doing that. So, well, hey, thanks so much for the call. All right, let's see. Let's go to the. We got another new caller here. The 0607 0607 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Anthony. I'm calling from Ohio.
Anthony, another one from Ohio. Must be popular tonight.
Yeah, I've been on here plenty of times with you as far as watching you and donating and things. My son and I are sitting here watching you, and I went to grab an egg and ran back as soon as I heard you saying that. So I'm like, oh, it's me. But hey, Will, I'm a trucker. I'm in a small trucking company in Ohio, and you were talking about prices earlier. I do have something to say about Trump's thing, but man, the price hikes are not getting passed down to us truckers. I can tell you that.
Wow.
We're not getting paid more for freight. We were doing way better under Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be a Democrat myself. Growing up, that's the way we were taught, that Democrats were for the poor people and Republicans were for the rich.
Yep.
And we were brainwashed that way. And I'm going on 36. And when I started my trucking company a little over 10 years ago, that's when I really started paying attention. We didn't vote for Trump the first time because we watched too much CNN and mainstream news. But then we realized how much it affected our business. And me and my wife both were like, man, this whole time we realized we're conservatives. We just were, brainwashed. We didn't know better. And you have to wake up sometime. These adults got to start being adults and making decisions for their families
Absolutely.
instead of decisions for everybody else.
Absolutely. So, hey, let me say this. So, every time the truck driver calls in or, I think about my podcast because I know a lot of truck drivers, you can't watch TV while you're driving down the road. Probably some of them do it, probably so. But I do have a podcast, and I always try to tell people sign up for my podcast. And my podcast is right there on the front page of my website. And I've always asked people, especially truckers, because truckers are going down the road. And, I really like for truckers to engage. And I ask people, if you're just walking, cleaning the house, you're working in the yard, they can listen to my podcast. So I'm going to have this podcast here tonight. This broadcasting will be on my podcast tonight. So I'm going to have everyone that called in. You're going to be able to hear yourself on the podcast as well. Just go to my website, uniteamericafirst.com, and sign up for the podcast. So tell me what you think about them raiding President Trump's home before I let you go.
Well, I've seen the mainstream media was trying to say that he maybe was trying to leak, classified documents. And it's like, it's crazy. I heard somebody talk about, well, yeah, Trump was in office as president. He could have declassified any documents or anything that he wanted to.
Right.
So that's completely unreasonable and unfounded for them to try to accuse him of doing something illegal in that way.
It is 100%. They're making up anything that they can, just like the whole thing that they've been doing. So, well, hey, thank you so much, sir. And if you can, go to my website, unitedamericafirst.com, and, ask some of your employees, hey, just check out Will Johnson while you're riding around.
Oh, we do.
All right,
Will.
thank you, sir. Take care. All right, we got another new caller here, 5382. 5382 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, this is Brooke. I'm calling from Texas. How's it going?
All right, you say you're Brooke?
Yep.
Okay, Brooke from Texas. You're my neck of the woods. What you got for me, Brooke?
Well, first of all, I'm totally pissed off at what happened to President Trump in his home.
Yes.
But yes. I think to myself, whatever the demo Nazis are trying to do to him will ultimately backfire, and they will fail like they failed before, again and again and again.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it's already been reported that President Trump has been completely cooperating with him. Here, take it, whatever, take it. The 15 boxes back in June. I'm like, what is that? What else do y'all need? They're fishing. They're fishing in a pond where there's no water. That's how bad it is.
It's like what they did to Melania Trump's wardrobe. It's like no less than rape, I would say. If I may be so bold to say that.
I mean, you know what? They went through her drawers. They went through everything, and I'm willing to bet they just trashed everything. It's despicable.
I hope Trump sues. I hope he sues, and I know he'll win.
Something needs to happen. What I'm really looking for these Republicans to get off their butts and do something. There are things that they can do. They need to do it. So
they do, but the fact is they're too spineless to do anything. They're too wimpy.
Yeah, there is that. But
that's what I call them. I call them what they are. They're demo Nazis.
Demo Nazis. Yep, absolutely. Well, hey, Brooke, thank you so much for the call. Take care.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Steve from Florida. We got Steve from Florida. Hello, Steve. Thank you so much for the call.
Yes, is this Senator Will Johnson?
They wouldn't have me. Because I would be on the floor and say, y'all are stupid. What are y'all doing here? What's going on? I'm livid right now.
Oh, I'm livid too, man. And I'll tell you what, let's say that Donald Trump actually managed to get through this, okay, and he does become president again. One thing he needs to do is start a rat on your boss campaign. You want to get promoted in the government? Rat on your boss. Let's weed the government out by getting all the people that have done unscrupulous things out. The targeting of people. I'm telling you, man, need a major whistleblowing thing and then protection for these people.
Yep. It needs to be. Yes, exactly.
It up, man.
I mean, because there are already some whistleblowers coming out of the FBI right now. But, and they try to find out who those whistleblowers are so they can put them on the chopping block. This is unprecedented what's happening. Never in the history of this nation. And you and I, we seeing this happen. This is wild.
Well, that's just it. It needs to flow the opposite way.
Yep. I agree.
I'm sorry. I thought we got disconnected. Yeah, it needs to flow the opposite way, where basically these people are protected. And you want to get promoted in the FBI? You're an honest, good cop. Okay, you rat on your boss.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what? It's gonna have to. It's gonna have to be that way. It's gonna have to be that way. So, well, hey, Steve, thank you so much for the call. Okay, take care.
Hey, thanks.
All right, take care. All right, look like we got another new caller here, 9878. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Will, this is Sherry from Illinois.
Hello, Sherry. What you got?
Hey,
what do you think? What do you think about? What do you think about them doing this to Trump?
Well, I think it's crazy. I am mad. It's irritating to me that they can do this to our former president. go through the drawers of Melania but just actually deliberately just, irritate the American people, the mega party, and try to irritate us to come out there and do something, and we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop you. Go ahead.
You're fine. We're not going to do that. We're going to stand for the Constitution, and we're gonna fight for the Constitution, and we're gonna live the Constitution that God gave us.
Yes. You know what? This is I've heard so many people even say this in the past, but the Constitution was written for us in this time. It was literally written for us today. Because this is exactly what's happening. A tyrannical government is completely out of control. They're raising the deficit. They're adding on billions and billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to the deficit in a recession. And then they don't want to even call it and then they don't want to call it a recession so they can add more billions of dollars in the recession.
That's right. And they're going to take our money.
Yes.
They're going to take our money that God gave us, our jobs, and they're going to take it away from us.
Yep, and 87,000 IRS members right now to come and get us. And I don't know if you recall, but right before this, the IRS purchased a crazy amount of ammo, and people were questioning why in the world are they getting ammo? But now we know why. They're coming for the American people. They've just weaponized the IRS and the FBI against the American people. It's ridiculous. So
I'm a nana. Okay, I'm a nana, and I have a household of grandkids, and my family all live with me in my home. And if they come knocking on my door, oh my goodness, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, you know what?
Because they don't even check on me. Because we pay our taxes.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what?
We live in Illinois.
But I've heard him talk about people that have 15 and 20 lawyers that only deal with their taxes on a particular person. Let's say, for example, President Trump. They can find something because the tax laws are so thick. They can find something and they don't care. But they're coming after us because they're not only going to nickel and dime us to death. They're going to take us. I can see them adding a tax law today and say, well, you're behind taxes for this new tax law for 20 years ago. You got to pay up. It's so completely crazy. So, hey, Sherry, gotta let you go. Thank you so much for the call, okay?
All right,
take care. God bless. All right, let's see. We got another new caller here. 1400 is the last four. 1400 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Will. This is Isabella, Colorado. How are you?
Great. Isabella from Colorado. Ooh, you know what? I want to go to Colorado. I love Colorado. I've been there one time many, many years ago. Such a beautiful place. But tell me, what do you think?
It's getting too liberal.
That's true. That's true. Maybe that's why I don't go now. But anyway, what do you think about what's happening right now?
I think what's happening to Donald Trump is atrocious and it's disgusting. They are totally afraid of him. I don't understand all this hate that's going on right now. It's ridiculous. It's backwards, opposite. It's 1984. I mean, like the other lady said, Kathy from Alabama, martial law is correct. And then they're rationing the food. Where's all the food going?
Yeah,
to the FEMA camp.
Yep.
So when they come knocking on your doors, well, they're from the church, the clergy response people. We're going to bring you on over to the FEMA camps with the peacekeepers walking down the street and the martial law and the tanks and all that shit. I mean, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I mean, this is getting like, why is no one doing anything?
That's a good question, and I'm wondering, where are the good people in the law enforcement right now? Where are the good guys? We don't have any more good guys anymore. Are the good guys done now? I mean, it's just, I'm really questioning.
I don't know. It's like the Antichrist is here. We all know this.
Yep.
This is disgusting.
Yep. It is 100%. Well, hey, Elizabeth.
Question. What is the purpose of arming the IRS for what? For what? Let's get these questions answered. With all the news that's going on, like the other day, it's all a distraction. It's all bull crap. It's all lies.
It is.
To cover up what is really coming down the pipeline.
It is. They're coming for us, is what it is. They want us distracted so they get everything lined up to come for the American people. You're not paying attention when they're coming. They don't want you to get ready. They don't want you to prepare. They want you to have to depend on the government. It is happening. It's coming. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you so much for the call, okay? Take care.
Have a good night, you too.
All right, let's see. We got another new caller here, 6827. 6827 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, this is Wanda from North Alabama.
Wanda from North Alabama? You said from Alabama?
Yes, I've talked to you in the past.
Okay.
I think this is a distraction for something that is fixing to go on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
A congressman from Florida, Central Florida, somewhere down in that area, Kathy Mack something, I can't remember. But she does Facebook Lives, and I watched her this afternoon warning us about a new spending bill that they have been called in from recess to be there for Thursday and Friday. And then Friday, they're supposed to be doing the vote on this. And this bill is, I think she said $850 billion or something. And they're going to try to get it voted on Friday. And she was asking people to call into their senators now, especially Democratic senators.
You know, they're going to, I mean, again, we're in the middle of recession and they're just tacking on to the more and more to the deficit. And again, this is all part of their liberal world order, along with the World Economic Forum. They're doing this to collapse America. They have to, this is the goal. They believe that we will have nothing, own nothing, and they say that we'll be happy in owning nothing. And the government will be able to tell you where you can live, how long you can live there. And if you do anything against the government, they can revoke all of it from you. It's disgusting. It's happening right now.
They're going to take mine over my dead body.
You know, a lot of people feel that way, and that's why they're trying. I'm willing to bet that they're probably going to try to do something with the Second Amendment here.
That's how they're going to get their population control down, okay?
Probably so. Probably so. So, hey, Wanda, thank you so much for the call. Take care. All right, let me say this. I just happen to look right now. I'm looking on Fascist Book. I haven't looked on the other ones. I just looked on Fascist Book. If you're on there, please, could you hit the share button for me? Right now it says 907 shares. 907 shares. So if you can do that for me. I looked over on Rumble. I see we have really a nice amount of people on Rumble right now. I see you there on Rumble. If you would, please share the Rumble video. I'm live on Rumble. For those of you who want to know how to connect with me on Rumble, go to uaf.media, uaf.media on Rumble, uaf.media, www.uaf.media. Hit that in the browser on your mobile phone, however you want to do it. You can find my Rumble account immediately right there, uaf.media. I see you there on Rumble. Thank you so much, everyone, for being there. 941. The other platforms don't show it to me. So it's pretty interesting. So please, if you would, hit the share button. If you're watching this on a different platform, no matter where you're watching this, I'm asking everybody to share this. I think this has been one of the most explosive broadcasts that I've done in a while. One of the biggest ones that I've done in such a long time. And I just do this. I'm doing this because I love this country. I speak up because I love the freedoms that we have, and I see them dwindling away. I see them taking them away from us. They're doing this. And the reason why I'm so worked up that they did this, because never in the history of this nation, history has been made that they did this to a former president. The man is not even doing anything to them. He can't even, he can't sign any executive orders or anything. but they're so fearful. They're so fearful of him that they have to do this. So I'm asking everybody right now, please share this video. Please share it out. And I've been on here an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to say I apologize to everyone that's still on the phone lines. I wasn't even expecting to open up the phone lines and even go that long, but I'm gonna have to apologize for everyone that's still on the line. I want to say thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you so much for all of the blessings. Again, hit the share button. Hit the share button. I have to call it a night. God bless everybody. Let's see what happens tomorrow.